It is almost your season, Pisces. Before it becomes Pisces season, the sun enters what is known in astrology as your 12th house, the final house before the sun moves into your first house, right? The house of Pisces, the house of self. And the house right before the house of self is the house of endings, the house of loss, transition. It's actually the Pisces house, 12th sign, 12th house. Goes like that. So it's a sign of a house of transcendence and a house of finishing up and tying up loose ends, sweeping out what needs to go before the sun enters that first house and it becomes like, oh, it's all about me, stepping out, stepping forward, allowing yourself to be seen. And all of this showed up for me when I pulled your initial card, your orientation point from Spirit, which was in this month, Underworld. So, the place where things go to decompose, to decay, to die, so that the fuller, newer you can live. Hi Pisces. Welcome to Zero's Journey. I'm Madeline, if we haven't met before. On this channel, we use a compass of courage, curiosity, compassion, and creativity to get where we're trying to go by being exactly where the fuck we are. Welcome, welcome. So, the underworld, the 12th house, the skeletons in your closet that need to be brought out and invited to tea. Spirit is also bringing up another word that is very appropriate for Pisces people, which is surrender. And we're going to get into your cards in just a second and look at the story of your month. But Spirit is giving you A, this orientation point, and B, this kind of treatment. So they did something that they don't always do, which was give me kind of like an exercise. Like, okay, let my Pisces people know this is something that they can do if they're all confused or unsure about like what needs to die. What do I need to go ahead and go down into the underworld and actually bid goodbye to? You know, are there ghosts haunting you? The past is part of the 12th house. Memories, conditioning, and again, particularly the parts that feel like, now Spirit is showing me, I can do literary illusions. The Charles Dickens story, Scrooge, that one. He's showing me Scrooge's friend Marley and the chains that Marley is carrying around. And so they're asking you, what kind of ghostly chains are you still carrying around? I still believe this about myself, or I still have a thing for this person. I haven't actually moved completely on. And a thing for a person, by the way, can be like love, like I have a thing for a person, or it can be like I have a hate boner for this person and I'm still just rock hard. Like, so, and no blame, no shame, no judgment. We don't do that here. The point is for you to recognize which chains you're carrying. And here's the beautiful part. If you are not done carrying them and you're like, I love this chain is my favorite, I want to carry it forever, carry that shit forever. But you might come across one or two that you're like, I really don't want this or need this, or it doesn't serve me, or it's like getting in my way. It's fucking my life up. I'm gonna drop this. I'm going to drop this belief. I'm going to drop this narrative. And I want to make a distinction, you know, in spiritual circles and in like psychological circles. We can talk about like dropping a story and things like that. I want to make it clear that that's a practice, that it's not like, oh, mentally and intellectually we realize I've been operating out of a codependent relationship I had with my parent or whatever, and I really need to change that. That doesn't then immediately lead to change behavior. It's like those same old thoughts and patterns are going to come up again, and we have to consciously address, consciously redirect, consciously reorient to what we know is like actually healthy and in alignment versus the kind of alignment that we've been bent to. Does that make sense? Okay. Let me know. That's what the comment box is for real. I know that sounded very very reflexive and hypothetical, but it wasn't. I'm really asking. Okay. So let's get into February. Spirit. We want to look at this month for Pisces. Pisces sun, Pisces moon, Pisces rising, and Pisces dominant people, Spirit. What do they need to know? They just threw a card. Okay. What do they need to know in the month of February for their highest good? In the month of February, Spirit, what does Pisces and Pisces people need to know? Loved ones, guides, those who seek the love and liberation of all beings. Spirit, what does Pisces need to know about this moment in their story? What awareness do you want to bring them to for their highest good, their greatest sense of joy, fulfillment, security, peace, abundance, love? Spirit, in the month of February, what do you want to help Pisces be aware of? What truth do you want to share with them for their highest good? Let's see what we've got, Pisces. Ooh, I'm excited for this reading. I haven't seen your cards yet. I just feel, Spirit is showing me those chains again, and I feel excited thinking of you all being able to even just notice. Spirit is really like affirming the beautiful thing about this is you don't have to make a goddamn change if you don't want to. Just recognizing, holy shit, the way I behave with my romantic partner totally mirrors how I behaved with my favorite parent or my least favorite parent or whatever. Spirit keeps saying that, so I'm just throwing it for those of you who need to hear that. Okay, let's get into these cards. Oh, well, there you are, sweet Pisces. Woo! That's very interesting. Okay. Wow. 12th house, underworld. Holy shit. Wow. I hadn't even seen this card when I was saying that. Again, 12th house. Like the endings and memories and the past and closing doors so that we can move on into your solar return, the season when the sun enters your sign. Spirit knows. Spirit always knows. Okay, so what needs to be released? Spirit, I don't mean to repeat myself, just Spirit never, never, never ceases to amaze me. Been doing this for more than 20 years, almost 30 now. Ooh, shit. All right. Okay, Pisces, here's you at the center of your spread. Page of Cups. So cups are water, water sign, and then pages are all about being open-hearted. And goodness knows, the Pisces people that I know and love are sweet, youthful, open-hearted souls. And your innocence is so valuable. And Spirit is talking about, okay, no blame, no shame, no judgment. I know I already said that, but it's important to say because sometimes Spirit can be very succinct and very blunt. And I want you to know that anything that they ever say is from a place of love and wanting to see you live your best life, have your highest good, etc. They are saying at a certain point, innocence can become naivete that is weaponized against yourself. Spirit is saying you have had enough experience. You don't need to put yourself through more rigmarole or more pain in order to be sure that there are certain things that you don't want anymore. Okay? Let's come to the center of your reading. Page of Cups, crossed by King of Swords. The King of Swords is the king of logic, the king of the brain, of the mind, of communications. And I feel this is a good time to remind you, Pisces, that of course these are general readings. So I'm getting a few different messages for different Pisces people. For some of you, I'm hearing, if you know that your innocence is becoming like naivete that is weaponized. What Spirit means by that is you're a grown-up. If you're 8 years old and listening to this video, like, you are in the wrong place, my love, and I appreciate you, but like, I'm sure there are some cartoons somewhere that you could be watching. But assuming you are, I'm going to say, more than 21 and plus years of age, not that you're not an adult if you're 18, but like, you know, there's still some growing and some life experience to have. That's very pagey energy. But if you are an adult watching this video, then there are certain things that, if you are not aware of them within yourself by now, no offense intended, that's like on purpose. You know, like, it's, you know, accidentally on purpose. Maybe it is. That's the Pisces specialty. But like, if I am hiding a need from myself or a wound from myself, then I must take responsibility as an adult and recognize that I am hiding it from myself. Do you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense to you? Let's talk about why I'm saying that. The past. 5 of Cups. And where you find yourself, a different position in the reading. 8 of Cups. 5 of Cups, if we have to see it anywhere, I'm glad that we see it sitting in the past, and seeing this in the present moment is a very beautiful and healthy indicator for you processing and moving forward. The 5 of Cups sitting in your past says that you have probably spent a lot of time mourning and grieving what has been lost, what didn't work out, what feels like a waste of your time or your feelings and emotions. And that's a really important process. There's a lot of medicine in the process of grieving and letting things move through us and teach us things. And we have to grieve anything we let go, even if we know that we want and need to let it go. You know what I mean? But if we're holding on to it and we're grieving it, then we're not actually letting it go. We're just holding on to it and we're grieving it. And it's like decomposing in our hands. And some of you are going to relate to that. And I'll say it again, no blame, no shame, no judgment. But if you are staying in a dead relationship or a dead-end job or some other dynamic that you can feel dying all around you or is diminishing you in spirit, it's time to leave it behind. Again, I'm getting different things for different Pisces. If you ever want to go deeper, I have a ways to get personal readings and email readings and stuff in the box below. I don't say that to be a totally shameless plug. I say that because this is a pretty deep ass fucking message, and I'm getting a couple different really deep ass things from spirit. So 1, if you have deep sadness, even like deep trauma, and you know, like, I think about that shit all the time. I think about it every day, or like I feel fairly obsessed with it, and like my eyes are on 2 years ago, not so much on right here, right now, what is working. It's on what hasn't worked or what's gone wrong or what I need to fix or what's broken or etc. It is time in the present moment, and you may already be on this journey, and if you are, congratulations, of leaving behind stagnant emotional energy and pursuing actively a healthy, flowing emotional dynamic. You see how this figure is leaving behind these finite cups of water and moving toward the source, something that flows, something that lives, something that would be healthy for them to drink. A way of being that used to nourish them and feel good, they recognize it no longer does. What's past is past, what's done is done, I'm moving on. 12th house things. So recognizing any areas in you where there is stagnant energy. The 8 of Cups can also represent leaving behind addictions. Like, I drink too much, or I smoke too much, or I binge watch TV shows to escape my life, or whatever. I want to leave this behind because I recognize that it is no longer nourishing and serving me. It's no longer helping me grow. It's doing the opposite. You are seeking growth. You are seeking change and alignment, and it serves you to make those types of changes. So let's come back here. I was saying I'm getting two different things here. For some of you, there is somebody nearby, could be partner, could be family member, could be, you know, boss, coworker. You're going to know there's a few different Pisces that are listening to this, and Spirit has messages for each of them. So trust your own intuition. Who is this figure in your life? Someone who you consider to be extremely intelligent, extremely good with their words, probably a really good communicator, but they can also be a little bit cold, a little bit maybe over intellectualized, or like logical to the point of like, hey, but do you recognize my feelings, bro? Like, or gra, could be a gra, I don't know, or a non-binary person. The king thing has nothing to do with sex and gender, has everything to do with personality types. And kings are like, I know what I'm talking about because I have a degree in it, or things like that. That tends to be the type of stuff that, especially a King of Swords who is very into certifications and lines and boxes and where things go. They're very logical people. Really great integrity, really great honor, but again, they can leave you feeling a little bit cold. And if you have an issue with this person, then Spirit's talking about basically making sure that you get your emotional needs met. Don't let this person cut you off from your emotional needs or make you feel silly for your emotional needs if they are doing that. I'm not feeling that with everybody. That feels like it's for a certain sect of Pisces people. Like, don't let anybody talk you out of your feelings. For example, like, you're being over emotional, you're being oversensitive, it was just words, that type of shit. Fuck that shit. Your feelings are valid. It doesn't mean like that you're 100% right about all the things all the time, but don't let anybody tell you you're not supposed to feel a way, is what I'm feeling, okay? So that's for one section of Pisces. If you don't resonate with that or feel activated by that at all because you were surrounded by people who do affirm your feelings and allow you to feel them, this is for the rest of you. Page of Cups crossed by King of Swords. This is, hey, you know, your feelings are wonderful and they are a source of information. This is a good time to use your head. Like, what does head and heart balance look like? Like, particularly I like this combination because the King of Swords is the highest version of the swords. If this were a Page of Swords crossed by a King of Cups, I might be like, but a Page of Cups, sweetness, innocence, openness, crossed by King of Swords, someone with high thoughts, high philosophy, great integrity, great honor. So a kind and open heart with sharp intelligence, great communication skills, and an ability to like organize and strategize. Pisces, you'd be unstoppable. And you have people around you who want to help you. A queen to match that king energy. Okay, somebody who can help you develop and nurture specifically your money, your resources, your ability to create more wealth, and also just like more productivity, more tangibles. Like, okay, so Queen of Pentacles is around and available to you, and going on inside of you. The hidden factor is you are trying to make a change. You are planning, like, where does an adjustment need to be made? How are my time and energy and money being spent? And how is it paying off or not paying off? And let me make adjustments. There is somebody who is very nurturing, patient, grounded, smart with money, good with value, and knows their value. Queen of Pentacles brings good gravity into the room. You feel trusted, you feel like you feel grounded and rooted around them, so it's easier to make grounded, rooted decisions. Does that make sense? And they're also a very good earth balance for that King of Swords, air, earth, equilibrium, right? They can also, the Queen of Pentacles is a good person to have deep emotions around, because they provide a really safe container. Like, you know, your emotional waves can crash up against my rocks, right? As a Queen of Pentacles, like earth person, your waves can crash up against me. You're not going to hurt me. You're not going to kill me. So you can have strong feelings. And I'm, you know, Queen of Pentacles is like Mother Earth, right? It's like I can rock you, hold space for you, be with you as you have these emotions. For some of you, this may even be like a therapist or a counselor. For others of you, it could be a partner or a mother. Again, trust your own intuition, which is a perfect segue for something Spirit is conspiring to help you do. The 12th house is the house of endings and memories, and it's the house of quiet. It's the house of transcendence. It's the house of the spirit. It's your house. It's Pisces' house. What is my intuition whispering to me? What is happening, for example, and Spirit is saying this very directly, in my dreams? Like, what symbolism, what sensations, what narratives are coming up in my dreams? When feelings rise to the surface, what happens when I just notice that those feelings are there? You know, it would be a beautiful time to create a container for a spiritual practice that allows you to get in touch with your spirit. For some people, that looks like meditation, because you are noticing the sensations, the thoughts, the feelings that rise up, and it's not so much that you're trying to eradicate them, it's that you're noticing them and letting them go by. You're not hopping on that train of thought. You're watching the train go. Like, oh, there it is again. I thought about the fact that I need to go to the grocery store. Or, oh, that's right. There comes that anxiety about money that I have. There it goes. Okay, I'm still right here. I'm still open and available for the messages that want to come through. I'm not going to hop on that train because I want to be right here to receive. Deep, healing, opening breaths. Releasing things consciously. It may sound strange, Pisces, but you don't have to know or understand the how. When you are bringing spirit, universe, God, whatever you like to think of it or call it, into your process, you don't have to understand how they're going to help you. If you say, as an example, God, universe, spirit, I have this pain that comes from this event or this memory or this thing that I did or whatever. And I know that it's holding me back, or it's making me sick, or it's weighing me down, and I'm ready to process it, to release it, to understand it and let it go. Please help me. And what I'm going to do is, every month of Aquarius, every day of Aquarius season, right before Pisces season, I, as a Pisces, will make a commitment to walk through and clean up my 12th house. What I mean by that is, you might make the agreement with Spirit that you are going to take 5 minutes or 10 or 20 or whatever in the morning or in the evening, and that time is devoted to processing and leaving behind, releasing that pain, that event, those memories, etc. So God, you're invited into the room for those 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes that I sit to do this direct, specific unraveling, unweaving, space making. And don't worry about the how. Spirit will take care of that when they're invited. You'll find yourself stumbling across the people, the resources, the words, the encounters that help you unravel. And then, when your season comes to relieve, I want to leave you with this. Nothing that you care about and still passionately want is something that needs to be left behind. So if you're wondering, oh, am I supposed to leave this behind, but I haven't given up on this person or this thing or this goal? If you still want it, it's not what you're supposed to give up on. It is what is still, as Spirit said, weighing you down. It is what feels like chains, where it's like, why am I carrying this? So it's like, I know that I have some resistance to letting it go, but it doesn't serve me and I don't want it. That's what Spirit's asking you to clear. Because something so beautiful, spoiler alert, it's you, wants to come forward. Almost your birthday season, Pisces. Let's clean out that 12th house. Let's get it ready for a birthday party, okay? Thank you for being here with me, Pisces. It has been a true pleasure. I always appreciate your time. If you like this, please like it, or dislike it if you didn't. That's helpful too. Subscribe if you vibe. Send to a friend if you please. And if you ever want to get a personal reading or support the channel, where I do free daily tarot readings, we do a live call-in show, lots of cool stuff. The ways to do that are in the info box below. Thank you again, Pisces. Blessings to you and yours. And if I don't see you in a video before then I hope I will see you in your March reading. Bye, Pisces.